Hit that light.
The young man in the ring now is being heralded as the next middleweight champion. Great forward to get an opportunity to look at him.
Shout out to Turkey and, putting that T.O. and Hitchens, man. But we've been seeing prison boxing. My uncles and my family members back in the early 80s used to box in the prison league, man. I got a movie called Super Nigga, and we got that all in our movie, man. This ain't nothing new to a can of paint, man. We been painting these walls, man. Behind the walls, man. Series coming soon. Hit that like button.
Middleweight champ, Philadelphia's own. Let's hear it for Bernard Hopkins. Let's hear it for Philadelphia. In the red corner, fight another exhibition, Mr. Steve Little, 3-round exhibition.
Jail and you'll come home a better person. But I'm saying something came in my growth from growing up, brought me this way. That was the way of me changing my life. I might not been here. I mean, the way things was going, I'll be honest with anybody. I might have been dead in here with the lifers. A lot of these young guys, 19, 18, got double life, man. A lot of them didn't have a girl yet. It made my 5 years somewhat at ease, because something I love to do. And time I get finished working hard, I go back and another day starts tomorrow. And that what got me started in boxing at the age of 18, 17, coming from here, knowing that
it's either the graveyard or the rest of your life in the penitentiary. Shout out to Bernard Hopkins, man. Shout out to Google. Shout out to the internet. We didn't have this back in the days, but we already knew about Bernard boxing in the prison leagues, man. And again, thanks, Turkey Alashiki, and whoever you got in your think tank that's thinking like this. This is something that boxing needs. A jump start. Your car battery dead, come call Turkey. He gonna get it lit. Y'all would not be making great content without Turkey and Tank. Y'all need Turkey Alashik. Y'all getting money and paid. Y'all reaching y'all hand in the turkey bag too. Cause he giving y'all so much content to talk about. Think about it. How can you be mad at Turkey and he helping you feed your family just like the other people that's bowing on bending knee cause you keep making titles and YouTube videos about Turkey? We got the facts. All you got to do is use your 2025 Google head. Alcatraz.
The penitentiary. The penitentiary taught me more going there once I got there to understand what I wanted to do. I wasn't just lifting weights in a weight yard and be swole up around a bunch of men for 5 years. I went and understood that, after a year went by, they got a boxing program. I wanted to get off the block to go to another block, and the guard CO said, "Where you going, Wild 4145? Hey, I'm going to the gym, but I'm trying to go on A block to hang out before count to go back on my block. If I don't get over before count, I get it right up." So I was forced to go down to the gym and seeing people sparring, and I said, I want to be a part of that. And I got my ass beaten lesson, and I didn't like it, and I've never been afraid to go in the gym again. 30 years later, I said I would never go in a ring or any situation ill-repaired or unrepaired. I always go in there prepared. That lesson that I said to you then and I say to you now, being in that institution, having that experience, going in there in that gym for the first time and say after a year went by, and only by accident that I went down that gym because I was headed to another block, as I said earlier. And to get down that gym, because boxing was in the penitentiaries in that era. We had boxing there, attached to the AAU, which is the same thing they have outside. They used to bring young fighters in there to fight us, the amateurs, have shows for the inmates. You buy a ticket at the commissary, you go to the fights that Friday. And inmates watch you, root for you. I didn't like how I felt. I wasn't prepared. They didn't beat me because I wasn't better. I got beat because I didn't run. I got beat because of ego. I got beat because, as they say the word hater, that I go down there and say, you know, you want to get in there with him? Yeah, come on. I used to box when I was in the streets. You know, that's the common talk. I used to do this when I was in the street. Okay. But those same old head trainers that double life or 1 life sentence or 2 life sentence, they spoke about me on Behind the Glory, Brian Gumble. Look it up. It's out there. They spoke about me when I visited that same prison in my early professional career. Guess what? Doing what? Sparring for my Atlantic City preliminary fights when I was building my record to get to where I became a champion. I became the USBA champion, which is a sister of the IBF World Championship belt. I left that institution. Anyone would have ran much as far as they could. They would have ran so far from that place and never want to see it again. But after 6 to 7 months of coming from a first professional loss with Clinton Mitchell in Atlantic City, look it up, I took off 89 and 90. The streets was grabbing me. I still had 7.5 years parole, do the math, 9 years. I rebooted my first fight, I believe, was in 91, 90 and 91. But that crucial moment, that year and a half, if you look up my record, you'll see Clinton Mitchell, 89, inactive. 89 inactive, 90 inactive, 91. What was happening in these 16 months? I made a decision, meeting an old guy named Bowie Fisher. God rest his soul. We won championships. He should be in the Hall of Fame because of me. I'm already in there. I'm the only fighter he ever had. Very few trainers go in the Hall of Fame with one Hall of Famer or fighter. The fighter gets in, but the trainer might not. And I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just saying that's how it goes.
Shout out to all the OGs out there, and God bless the dead to some of my kinfolks, man, that boxed in the prison league. He did 56 months, man. That's enough time to hone your craft, and you know, they said he was siphoning through them amateurs through these guys, man. That's what my uncles used to tell us. When, you know, you institutionalized, you gonna get out of prison and try to teach your kids and your cousins and your nephews everything you know, man. And then the life behind them walls, like I said in another show, is a different world, man. This man, Bernard Hopkins, is a killer, a real killer, not in the actual fact, but the fact that his mental state chose to choose recreation instead of the drugs and the gang banging and the homosexuality behind the walls. Kind of like me. That's what you're supposed to do. Rehabilitate yourself. And Bernard Hopkins is real champion. You wonder why he stay away from you niggas. Take it from me, living around y'all for over a decade, man, you want to get away from that mentality, that nigga mentality, man.